Welcome back. It is yours truly, Nick, a Movie AV Impulse. In this video might get a couple of people mad, but I just want to share my thoughts on why I still collect physical media in the year and the streaming wars that goes on all the time. Is it really worth doing it as far as future-wise? And before I get into any of that, if you're gonna find this video offensive, then I would probably click it off now because I'm probably gonna say some things that might hurt feelings, but these are just my thoughts. You don't have to agree with anything that I say. These are just my personal reasons why I still find collecting physical media fantastic, great, and what I want to leave in the future. So, without any further ado, let's get into the intro. In today's age, a lot of movies can be lost, especially when it comes to label rights and who can buy what and who owns what properties, and Disney literally sucking everything up and trying to buy every single conglomerate that is out there. The same with Discovery trying to buy every single conglomerate that's out there and snatch anything that they can. Why in the world, with so many streaming services, Netflix, Screenbox, Shudder, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all of them, Paramount Plus, there are so many different streaming services. Why bother with collecting these? It all stemmed from collecting VHSs like Oliver and Company, Beauty and the Beast. When I was a kid, these were the type of movies I was getting for Christmas. I even had the original Ninja Turtles on VHS. It was such a great feeling of just being able to go to the shelf and just grab that movie, pop it in the VCR, and in some cases Betamax, because my father did have Betamax, and just let it roll. And let's just get one thing out of the way. Betamax was definitely the better format, better picture, but it cost a lot more to make. I will argue that with anybody. VHS only won because it was cheaper to produce. Moving on. I know, it's a little rant I'm going to say here and there. The very first 4 DVDs that I bought, I still own in my collection. A long time ago, I was in a rough way. I ended up pawning all except for like maybe 10 movies. I just went to a pawn shop and said, here. The only ones that I really kept, that I still have 4 of them, are like some of the originators that I bought, because back then, I mean, DVDs, the original prices on them were just like, do I really have to spend this much money on these movies? So I just started to go on this journey after a while of selling those movies. That was probably one of the biggest regrets, because I find myself rebuying these same DVDs because they don't even have Blu-ray releases now. And the reason why is great movies like Powder. You can't go on a streaming service and watch it for the subscription that you pay. Sure, you may be able to buy a digital download, but at any time, if that streaming service loses their contract with that movie app, then it's gone. It's out of your library. PlayStation has already done it to people overseas. And now with the latest scare of Disney no longer making movies for, I believe it was the UK. But does that threaten us in the US? And I'm gonna go out and say yes, but it could also open doors for other opportunities for boutique labels to step their game up, actually get movies that mean something to somebody, and start making them, restoring them, getting better surround sound on them. Because if Disney's gonna quit, you got to think about it. Disney owns a lot of property. So I really do feel bad for those collectors that are overseas. Just like we got punished for not being able to buy steel books off of Zavi. And now we have to sacrifice and wait for Orbit DVD or somebody like that to get them into the US for us to buy them. And of course, then there's an upcharge. And it just is starting to become this continuous cycle of why do I still collect physical media? Because I love it. These movies mean something to me, and I don't want to have to go through all these streaming services and have to buy this one to watch these two movies and buy this one to watch da da da. Now, do I have them? Do I have a majority? Yes, because I have a house full of boys and I've got a wife and then myself. There are some movies that are way out of print and I just refuse to pay the prices that these people are asking. So, are there Netflix originals that I enjoy? Of course there is, but nothing can compare to what I feel when I get to go to my collection and pick something up like this. There's just no better feeling of holding it and getting it. These are the 4 original DVDs that I bought because way back in the days, once I stopped doing the stuff that I was doing to make money and actually got a real job, I had to start thinking about things that I wanted to do, and going for between $30 and $45 a pop for a DVD, not including how much a DVD player was. These were movies that I had to be really cautious and, really think, did I really want to spend this kind of money? So these are the 4 original movies that I bought to start my collection. And it was Batman, Ninja Turtles, of course, because this holds a special place in my heart, thanks to my dad. Pulp Fiction, this is my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. No, don't ask, it'll never change. And Transformers, because I cry when Optimus Prime died in this movie. Spoiler alert, if you've never seen this movie, Optimus Prime dies, Hot Rod takes over, but it does have a happy ending. But these are the movies that started it all, and I just want to hold the ones that mean the most to me. Now, by all means, I know that people find this offensive when people say this. There are collectors that have to have every single part that has come out for every movie or every boutique label or everything like that, and that's totally fine. I'm not telling you how to spend your money. You work for it. That's your money. You go and spend it the way it is. But the way I feel, if a movie is going to leave me in the red, I'm not buying that movie because I have things to do. I have things to take care of. Now, how you want to portray that in your life, that is totally fine with me. It is not my money, not my concern, and it don't rent space in my head.
Message!
And while my collection is not 5,000, 10,000, 16,000, it doesn't have to be, because these are movies I am going to watch over and over and over again. A lot of these movies I watch with my 2 boys, and when I go and when I pass, they might one day think of a movie that, oh, what was that movie that me and my dad watched? Because I'm obsessed with Batman. I own a lot of Batman movies. We watch Batman, the animated cartoons, the animated series, which I have the entire collection right there. These are just things that are hard to get a hold of. Yes, they are on HBO Max or the Max. To me, it doesn't have the same feeling because when we watch these movies, if it's on a streaming service but I own the physical copy, you best believe I run my ass back here because I will argue with anybody. Nothing compares in sound and picture quality than these physical releases, especially 4Ks. I will challenge that with anybody. You may think that you are getting the best picture on a streaming service, but it is not comparing to a good 4K Blu-ray player and you putting that disc in, hitting that close button and watching it inject in there. And then you just hear a remarkable surround sound feeling and a beautiful picture. glowing out of your screen that you will not get with compressed files and streaming services that limit your capability to move. You ever get those little refreshing? Well, think about how frustrating that would be. Well, I don't have to worry about it because if I own the physical copy, I don't get a circle with a refresh window and a loading. I just get to watch this uninterrupted, 100% best picture possible in that format, whether it's DVD, 4K, Blu-ray, or in some cases, some people still have the very rare HD DVDs, which I'm not even getting involved in that. And then some people like to watch them in VHS, and that's totally fine. Am I worried about where the future is gonna bring? No, we do have boutique labels that'll buy up, rights to distribute movies. So yes, while this Disney thing is a scare, and I think that when it comes to the Marvel properties, the Star Wars properties, certain properties, I don't think Disney, like Disney Classics, I don't think that they're going to allow a boutique label to take those three properties and distribute them through their companies, because then that's going to get more hype for them. A lot of these, remember, like, this is the best version of this, like, the Jungle Book and all this stuff, and then we get them on 4K and those Blu-rays become nothing. So I really pick and choose what I want to collect and what I want to spend my hard-earned money on. If you are beginning in this game, there are certain people that are always going to have more. Am I jealous of that fact? No. You worked hard for it, you keep it. I worked hard for mine, I'm going to keep mine. If you are starting a YouTube channel, don't just get movies to have content. It's not the way to do it. And then put it on your shelf and let it collect dust. I think I maybe have a few movies that my buddies have sent me that I haven't seen yet. But trust me, they will get watched because, like I said, I would rather watch it on physical than on any streaming service, especially if I have it already. In the new movies that I get, some of these box sets that I get, I'm a nerd. I love reading these stupid little magazines like The Big Lebowski. Has, I think, like an 80-page booklet on just facts about the movie. I absolutely love that shit. Who doesn't like to do that? Why I collect is because when I'm gone, and let's say eventually all this streaming stuff is going to stop because people are going to get fed up with it. And the quicker you people wake up and realize that streaming services eventually, they're just all going to be one or two big conglomerates, and you're going to have to go through everybody else to have to watch it. Or when they finally kill off physical media, it's collectors like us that you are going to be trying to get in contact with to burn you copies, which is quote unquote going to make it bootleg. And then let's see how many creators will make videos about how bootlegging is wrong. That is just why I collect, because I simply love it. You do what you want to do, I'm going to do what I want to do. I am not a package collector. If it comes in a nice package, sure, I'll buy it. But if there's a standard version and nothing in that package is good to me, or like the Flash, when the Flash comes in, I only got that on 4K. I can't stand the Steelbook. I think it's ugly as hell. I'm not going to get the Steelbook, the slipcover, the regular cover, the Blu-ray. I don't do none of that. I'm buying one copy of that movie, and that's it. And if I have duplicates, the only reason why I will hold on to duplicates is that they have sentimental value, like those 4 movies. And if the DVD or that Blu-ray has a special feature that is not featured on the 4K that I upgraded to, then I will keep that Blu-ray, and that's going to be that. Other than that, I don't keep doubles because it just doesn't make sense to me. Nor do I sell them. I'll just give them out, because why sell them? What's the $5? It's just not a big deal to me. So I know a lot of you might get mad at this video, but this is just my thoughts, my feelings, and how I feel and why I still collect. And If you're still with me by the end of this video, I appreciate it. I'm not telling you how to spend your money or how to collect. Everybody is different. Please don't overspend for a movie. It is insane, some of these movies, like The French Connection, when they took out that little bit, you guys went running to go find that Blu-ray because Disney took out 9 or 10 seconds of the movie. There was no point to do that because all you did was just skyrocket the price, and then as soon as Disney puts that little bit of piece back in, that Blu-ray just became a $10 Blu-ray or a $5 Blu-ray. It's just not worth it. Don't overspend for these movies. That's just my thoughts on it. Anyways, I will see you on Wednesday with another top 5, and if I lost some subscribers, I still love y'all, man. It's just my thoughts and opinion. I'm not gonna take them back. Peace.
Thank you. You love me. You really love me. You're not going anywhere.